Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. Oh, Bailey's here.
There's a couple behind us over there.
Such confidence.
I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
That's me, always here.
Peter.
I'm not always here.
And Tom.
I have a cowboy hat in my truck, and I wanted to wear it tonight, but then I sat there and I thought, this isn't going to fit, so I guess I can't wear it.
You could
You gotta do it like I am and like wear it over the
Yeah.
headphones.
I don't want to wear it like sideways like this. 'Cause
No,
it's
no,
just
you
uncomfortable.
No,
put the
like,
hat
literally.
over the band.
You don't want to
No,
stretch
I
out your
can't-
cowboy
yeah,
hat.
it's a
What the hell are
cowboy
we doing
hat.
here?
Yeah,
That's
I
what
can't
I
do
see
You
that.
can't put it all the way.
No.
You gotta it's gotta set on top of your
Yeah,
head.
it just sits
Fel-
on top.
fel-
That would just look stupid.
Filter straw.
It's an actual like hard hat. It's not like a hard
Oh, yeah,
hat,
that's
but
impressive.
it's like a nice white hat.
No, so it's the straw.
Kind of, I guess. Sure, why not?
It's-
not a full straw, but maybe. I don't know.
It probably is.
I don't know. It's my dad's, but I
kinda-
had it in my truck for.
It's kind of plasticky. It's not actually plastic, but it feels like that. It's kind of if you tapped it with your fingernails, it goes tick
Yeah.
tick tick.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay, it's straw. They don't. I don't think they make them out of plastic unless you get them
No,
out
no,
of Toby
no,
Keith.
Toby Keith. No, I have another one at home that's actually leather, and that one's too nice to bring.
Oh wait, leather one or felt?
Like a felt-ish
Nice.
leather. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice thing. But yeah, I had it in my truck, and I was like,
You could have worn it.
I should have worn it, but I was like, nah.
You're fine.
We might have to cut this. Did we do a test?
Yes.
Well, then no. we're
God,
just
he's
gonna
not
do
even
that.
paying attention.
Yeah, we already tested this. We asked about
completely
this
zoned
test
out.
earlier.
Completely zoned out.
Now he's testing my patience.
Speaking of testing patience, so after the folks at Square Enix were like, hey guys, we're going to make you wait 15 years for Kingdom Hearts 3, they just announced, surprise! 20th anniversary! We're going to give you Kingdom Hearts 4!
That's gonna be interesting.
They didn't give like a release date for that piece of shit.
No,
just,
but they had the
Announced it.
the 20th anniversary announcement. They have they announced like 2 new like mobile games and then Kingdom Hearts 4. And I don't care what Peter says, that trailer looks beautiful.
Oh, it looks ugly as fuck. On the grounds that like it's not like that like ugly as in like it's a poorly rendered thing. It's just Kingdom Hearts is supposed to look like a weird mix of Disney and anime, not Final Fantasy 15.
It looks like Final Fantasy 15, Tom.
It does.
in case
Yeah,
you
because
haven't
he's just
watched it.
making Versus 13. He's mad he got fired from that project and wants to make Final Fantasy Versus 13.
I see.
Gotta hope not.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna stay that way the whole game. I think it's like one of the worlds he's in. You know, like how when they go into different worlds, they take on the attributes of.
I would argue that because it's Donald's magic that does that, not an inherent thing of the world. Know your lore. That it's going to be the entire game that's like that, and then at the end they'll suddenly not be that way.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but but in the trailer, then why would Donald and Goofy still look cartoony if
They're
they?
not in that world. They're still looking for very dead Sora. Sora's dead. Remember, he died. He's dead. Cadaverific.
Right. So
Unalived.
that
Yeah.
could be why because he's in a different world, so he looks different.
He's in the underworld. They're just gonna
Yeah,
have to fight Hades again.
I'm not arguing that he's not in a different world. I'm just saying they're most likely going to keep it in that style for this game, and then Kingdom Hearts 5 will be the normal ass Kingdom Hearts shit again. Because let's be honest, they're not ending it at this point. They're just going to keep going until one of the actors dies, and even then they'll probably just recast.
even so, if Kingdom Hearts 4, the trailer was like all in Final Fantasy, like weren't all the Final Fantasy characters even in the game?
No, it's
Like
it's
their
just
own.
No, like it
Art.
just
Sora
the
dress
art,
him like a modern Final Fantasy character and throw him in Japan.
like, and he has like normal sized feet and shoes.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
Like
It's sincerely hard to tell it's Sora, just on the grounds that he really doesn't look like Sora anymore.
yeah, because he
looks
tries
like
because he looks like a
generic
he looks like a human.
Yeah,
He doesn't have the clown feet.
No.
We did not know.
the clown feet and the knockoff cloud hair. Those are both really important to his design.
Yeah. That was the whole point.
Yeah, I thought he was just knockoff Cloud.
Interesting.
Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer has serious Final Fantasy Versus 13 vibes. Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm excited.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm the only person here that's never played a Kingdom Hearts game.
Traitor.
I may have played half of one level.
God, growing up, I was like in love with that game.
Same.
Yeah,
That's why I'm so upset to see it become this.
Yeah.
That was not the game I was spending my time on. I didn't own a PlayStation, so or PlayStation
So
2,
Halo
I guess.
for you then? Yeah.
It's okay. They're there.
Yeah, I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so I got Halo and Gears of War, and the Lego games, which we're gonna talk about that in a second.
Perhaps one day we'll go through them.
Maybe there's a lot there. That's like getting to a Final Fantasy game too. You're like, well, there's 15 more for you. So
Well, I mean,
that's only if you play the real ones.
it's more so just time consuming because the first one, when you play it, like,
it takes forever, is what I've always been told.
It's very grindy.
yeah, it's a very grindy game. And
Like I said, I've heard it takes forever too. Like I've heard the story is wonderful and it's got great stuff to it, but I'm also like, yeah.
when you walk away,
People
you
like to say
don't
it's really
hear me
complicated.
say,
It's not.
please.
It's not a
Oh,
complicated
baby.
story.
That's why
Don't
the actual lore and story.
It's not a complicated story. It's just a lot to remember.
There's a lot of information there, just
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
There's not really any convoluted shit. It's just, there's a lot of details.
You're like, I don't remember. It came out 23 years ago. What do you want from me?
That's why you have the internet, and it's called a synopsis.
Sorry, 20 years ago. I guess we're getting to the 20th anniversary.
Don't you have the Kingdom Hearts like all in one?
I think she's got the compendium, yeah.
Oh, all you gotta,
I have both of them.
yeah, all you gotta do is just watch that. They give you a recap, and you get to like kind of catch up.
Well,
if
that's
you wanted.
I think inherently in the third game too.
Yeah, it's like a huge recap.
Perfect.
I think they had to because there actually is a lot of like important lore for Kingdom Hearts 3 in the fucking mobile games that you can't play anymore.
Yeah,
I know there's some that you still can, but there's others that you can't anymore. They're gone, and you needed to
And there was actual story in there.
Yeah, there was actual plot.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, because when they set out to make the Kingdom Hearts games, they were like, you know, it would be a really great idea if we like put this game on like 4 different platforms. And did story in each of them. So if you don't own all these things, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah, Jesus. Just Chain of Memories, even going from
Chain of
Kingdom Hearts
Memories.
1 or 2. If you haven't played that, you're going to be so goddamn confused.
And I was, because I didn't have, what was it, a PSP
Game Boy
and
Advance.
a Game Boy Advance, whatever. Yeah, I didn't have any of
Game
those.
Boy Advance, yeah.
I started Kingdom Hearts 2 and I was like, who's this motherfucker? Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Answer,
I mean-
kinda still just sorta.
Yeah. The cool thing though is that when they did the re-release and put them on PS4, they did it's the 1.5 and the 2.5 final remixes. So they put all of the games on one disc. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't the other ones like it's really just you watching cutscenes? It's not even really so much the game.
So if the games got released on like a Sony device at any point, you get the game. But all the other ones there are just cutscenes from the games.
Yeah.
So like the Chain of Memories, which did eventually get a PS2 release, you get the full game. It's not great, but it's there.
yeah, it's
That's
there.
it.
And then the PSP one, not the one where you play as Roxas, but what is his name? Ventus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is on there, and it's kind of the same thing of like, this isn't
But like 363.
really great. That's all cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, like, at least they released it all and put it on one thing for you so that you could actually get the full
Story, at least.
story.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
convenient.
It is a convenient thing. Like, here you go, it's all of it. But it also doesn't, if memory serves, place those games in the actual order you would need to play them for them to make sense.
I thought it did.
No, they placed them in release order, which would seem like it'd be fine, but isn't necessarily fine. Because the timeline jumps around quite a bit in some of those, like, handheld games.
Yeah, because 1 and then Chain of Memories, right?
Yeah, but because the PS2 Chain of Memories came out after 2, I think it's listed as 1, 2 Chain of Memories.
But that's not how the timeline flows.
Yeah, that doesn't work great.
Yeah.
We'll have to look at that because I haven't played through them, so we'll play through those.
I was gonna say, like, Tom, if you actually look over, I believe both should be in that general vicinity, and it
Go
should
for
be
it.
listed
If
on
I'm
the back
wrong,
of the.
fine.
Yeah, and
But
it
with the
should be a
back of the
list on the back of the box.
So yeah, you got
That
Kingdom
broke
Hearts
it.
Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Chain of Memories. Then you got Birth by Sleep, and 358 by 2 days.
See, Birth by Sleep should have probably been the first one on that list.
Yeah, and then Recoded.
Yeah, but I think those are all the individual games you can play because it's got the final mix as the first two things. So
Well, the Final Mix
Well,
is
the
like
f-
the
the f-
actual like
Yeah,
game.
the final mix is the Japanese version of the
Yeah.
game, which is actually harder than what they originally released in the U.S.
Yeah.
interesting.
With more content as well, usually with added secret bosses to head towards the next game.
Interesting.
And then this.
But Recoded should be directly after Kingdom Hearts 1. Same with.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it lets you do it in whatever order you want to.
Yeah, it's something like you should probably help people along that path. 2, I would argue most of the people who are still excited about Kingdom Hearts, there's not new fans for this game coming.
No,
It's all of us from when we were like 13.
Yeah.
We know all this shit. We didn't need it collected. It's nice if you want to play through it again, but some of those games just aren't worth playing through.
No, they're not. It's just better to watch cutscenes and get used to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birth by Sleep in particular, I did.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
God, I didn't realize we had so many hardcore Kingdom Hearts fans in here.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
3/4 of the podcast
Like hardcore.
grew up on this game. Believe it or not, Kingdom Hearts is actually how I got my little cousin into video games.
Yeah.
Because
I can
he
see
used to sit there and watch me play it
Oh, there you
and scream at the television.
go. Well, that was you, right? Screaming at the television.
Yes, and then he would join in because he was all like,
They just want to fit in.
"Yeah, I want to help my cousin be mad at
Solidarity
things."
in the rage.
It's some cool lore, because in the end, all the Keyblades, like the one that you see in the beginning,
Yeah.
is actually just one out of thousands and hundreds of stuff, because they actually had like a Keyblade war. Yeah, it's a trip, dude.
Graveyard for
Yeah,
fire.
there's a graveyard of Keyblades of like people, and yeah,
Oh, interesting.
it's a deep lore.
Darker than I was expecting,
Yeah.
too.
It just surprised me they never had like an interactive element with that where you could grab onto one of the downed ones to keep fighting or something.
Yeah, I mean that would have been pretty cool to do.
Yeah. It's not a knock against the game, like how dare you not do that.
But
It's
that
just
would have
like,
been dope.
It would have been a cool thing to be, and I was kind of surprised when I was in that area playing in the game that you didn't have something like that.
Yeah, there's all these Keyblades around. They're like, why mine's supposed to get broken and I'm supposed to rip this one out of the ground and keep poking him in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
Especially as a
nice.
rationale for why Sora keeps losing all of his fucking Keyblades.
Right.
Did you know all swords are keys?
Was he Anakin Skywalker?
They unlock your deck.
Speaking of Anakin Skywalker, rumor mill.
A mill of
This is
rumors.
just a rumor. Is that there is going to be Star Wars area in 4.
I
Apparently,
mean, it's Disney, so
apparently
It is Disney now, yeah.
there was a Redditor who like broke the trailer apart, and apparently at one point you can see like a AT-AT footprint.
All
pretty
right.
cool.
That actually.
So-
I'd have to watch it again, but I'm pretty sure most of that trailer is Sora fighting a boss and not Japan.
Sir, I'm just
In
telling
not
you.
Japan.
I'm just telling you what I heard. I'm just
She said
trying
it was.
to
She
contribute.
she did clarify that it was purely
I understand.
speculation.
I just want to throw out, like, not specifically shitty to Stephanie, but there were rumors that there was going to be a Star Wars world in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
Well,
And
they
the Moana world, and a bunch of other worlds that everyone's like, we should do these again. I wanted there to be another Tron world.
well they had said that the reason there wasn't Star Wars or Marvel in 3 was because of licensing reasons, and also because the production of the game had started,
Years before
in the
that.
before times. So now that it's all under the House of Mouse, there is a higher probability that they
you get some
will
more of that stuff, yeah.
be included.
I wouldn't be opposed. I'd love the idea of getting like a lightsaber keyblade. I just am not optimistic about it.
I was wondering how that would look.
Like the
gonna be
actual
locked
prongs or
Yeah,
lightsabers too.
just have like
Yeah.
a prong lightsaber. Like they would just automatically form into a keyblade.
That would be awesome.
Actually, that would be kind of
It
great.
would be kind of cool if you just had a handle and all of a sudden it just went.
Like, a key just pops
And
up.
it pops up and then you see it fold out and spring out.
Well, and then if you can like use it in other worlds too,
Yeah,
like you were able to do with
all the
past
other ones.
Keyblades.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can like cut open walls to secret areas.
Oh, yeah.
Square Enix, if you're listening, we have ideas.
You can use them. Honestly, you can use them free. Don't even care. That sounds awesome. I will become a Kingdom Hearts fan. That sounds great.
Fantastic.
What we got?
Sonic 2. Did y'all? Well, we did. Peter, did you finally go see it?
Yeah, I went to see it the day it released.
So
You got to see an early showing.
I did. So my first question is, do you feel my rating stands, or what are...
So one of your complaints was about like the shoes changing in the wedding scene. And I've got to tell you, when that was going on, I didn't give two shits about what shoes people were wearing.
She pointed it out to me, and I still didn't notice it. She's like, right here. And then right here. And I go, yeah, she's wearing heels. And she goes, but she was wearing tennis shoes. And I'm like, one, your complaint was there's no way she would have had time to do it. First of all, it's a movie. They can cut away. We don't know what was going on there. Theoretically, the way they did the cuts, she could have technically had time. They just didn't show the scene because it's not necessary. And second of all, the scene where she reveals the heels is just because she's fucking dope and Shamar Moore creams his pants. He pulls a Lonely Island and he jizzes in his pants. I'm telling you right there. So, yes, it was just designed so she could be a badass. And yeah, technically I think with the cuts they could have had time. But I'm also with Peter. That's not what I was paying attention to. And again, you pointed out to me and I still didn't see it.
But you didn't at all answer my question.
No, I think your rating stands 7.5, 7 cats and 2 paws. 7.5 kitty cats.
Right.
Peter, do you agree?
I would agree with that.
That's probably about the same. Yeah, I don't have any particular nitpicks about it, but it doesn't feel like this. This is a perfect movie.
Oh no, it wasn't perfect. It definitely wasn't perfect, but it was extremely fun, very watchable, and there was not very many things wrong with it.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you think of the end credits scene?
Oh, when Shadow showed up?
Shadow,
thanks.
I don't give a fuck.
Watch the damn movie.
Yeah. So when it was showing the scene, because initially you only really see like the tube and his feet, so I was very excited because I thought it was going to be Metal Sonic, but that went away. We saw it with Shadow, and I was just kind of disappointed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Metal Sonic would have actually made more sense because they wouldn't have had the genetic material to clone Sonic yet, and Metal Sonic showed up before Shadow anyway too, in the games. So I was with you. I was really hoping it was going to be Metal Sonic, but I'm like, all right, Shadow will be interesting. They'll at least do that. I want to see how they explain how they were able to make a Shadow the Hedgehog. Metal Sonic would have made sense because he's just a really fast robot. He's super cool.
Yeah.
We stole one of your quills and we stuck him inside the robot. That sounds like something Dr. Eggman would have done.
I mean, that's what I thought the whole point of him still having the quill was.
Yeah, right? There was that, one that was making him insaner?
More insane?
More insane. But the other is, he's gonna build himself a Sonic catcher, and the first try would definitely be a robot. That's what he fucking does is robots. Yeah. Dr. Robotnik.
That's his whole deal.
Did you enjoy Idris Elba as Knuckles?
Yes, but probably not for the right reasons. Because it's just like he's clearly meant to be roughly the same age as Sonic, who's constantly treated as a kid. But he's Idris Elba.
Yeah, you're like that's a 40-year-old man in an echidna's body right there. That dude is definitely 40, and just apparently a lovable idiot.
I mean, I just enjoyed because I just felt like he did a really good job of being naive in a really adorable way.
I was gonna say naive in a really dickish way, but
dickish, yeah.
But he didn't realize how much of a dick he was being.
Yeah, well, that's the disconnect. He because again, he is roughly the same age as Sonic. He's supposed to be a kid.
Yeah.
So he's gonna latch on to weird things.
I have beat you at the base of ball.
Yeah.
He does not. He broke the rules. He didn't hit the ball with the bat. He is actually awarded first base, but actually they technically could throw him out of the game for intentionally leaning into a pitch.
They're just having fun here.
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
Knuckles, you did not win. You lost.
Here's
Super
my
fun.
question.
It was a fun movie. I'm happy I saw it.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Where was the dog the whole time?
Dead. That dog's fucking dead.
He came back at the
He
end.
showed up at the end, so he couldn't have been dead.
That dog ran out that hole the first chance he got. He's like,
Right?
oh, yeah, I'm not. I know what happened the last time these fuckers
He's
showed
like,
up at
"Fuck
his house.
this."
Sonic's old cave.
That would make sense.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, that dog was out. Tails was great. Still voiced by a girl, so it still messes me up. It's always funny.
The only one that sounds like a kid.
Yeah.
Sonic. Ben
Ta-
Schwartz did a decent job, but that might just because I'm used to Dewey.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Oh yeah, he does play Dewey, doesn't he?
All I can think of is John Ralphio from Parks and Recreation. Every time I hear that, and it still works for the Sonic character because I think he brought some parts of that into the Sonic character.
Yeah.
But all I can think is I just want to see them animate Sonic, and he goes, just saying settlement lawsuit, and just do some John Ralphio, and it would make me laugh my ass off because it would work with the character. Just something stupid. Entertainment 720. No, honestly, Stephanie had said this after she had seen the early preview, and then she's like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Of course I want to fucking go to this movie. I like the first one." She said she thought the second one was better than the first one, and I think I would tend to agree. Just overall, I enjoyed it a little bit more than the first one. The first one I enjoyed a lot, but this one I think I enjoyed just a little bit more. It felt like they knew what they were doing a little bit more with this one. The first one, they felt like they were throwing shit at the wall, and they're like, "Oh, and now we have to reanimate it for 6 months." Okay, cool. I'm still on the conspiracy theory on that. Is that that
Publicity stunt?
No, not a publicity stunt. It was specifically designed to give them more time to work on the movie because they weren't done, but it was never going to look like that. But they're like, we seriously underestimated the amount of time it's taking to animate all these fucking quills on this goddamn blue hedgehog. And then they're like, oh yeah, don't you guys like this? And everybody goes, that's shit. And they're like, oh, well, you know what? We've taken your feedback into account. We're going to take more time. We apologize that it's going to be delayed. So it's really on our fault that it was delayed because like we would have had it on time. But you guys were upset about it. Mm-hmm. So that's on you. Now it's delayed. Hopefully you like it. And then we did, and it was good. And they made a second one. So, and apparently are going to make a third one.
But Jim Carrey may not be in it.
Yeah, because he'll
Retire
from acting.
Yeah, he's not.
Gonna focus on his artwork.
All right, I have a fun Sonic fact for you, just in general.
Go for it.
Ready.
Do you know why Sonic can't swim?
Because he's a hedgehog.
Hedgehogs just float.
Do you know why?
Was he experimented on when he was a kid, and it has something to do with why he's so fast?
No. The reason they made it so he could not float. The guy who created Sonic, I can't remember his name right now, and I feel terrible. I probably couldn't pronounce it correctly anyway, so I would also feel terrible about that. He is like, oh yeah, for sure, hedgehogs can't swim, so Sonic can't swim. The only thing that's actually accurate about Sonic is that hedgehogs can't swim, so he can't swim. Well, that's what they thought at least. Hedgehogs are great swimmers, so none of that makes any sense, and it's completely useless. But I guess canonically, he has to sink so that he can run around the level still when they're filled with water. Yeah. So that makes sense. But yeah, the reason they made it so he couldn't swim is because they thought that hedgehogs couldn't swim, and they wanted it to be accurate. But it turns out that is not accurate. So they fucked it all every way, shape and form.
Yeah.
I did like Chaos Emerald Sonic.
Super Saiyan Sonic?
Super Sonic?
Yes, just Super Sonic.
No Super Saiyan Sonic.
He does look like a Super Saiyan. Yes, that is correct. But he's just super.
I was like, all right, Sonic going right to
So he turned blonde.
Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, he looked at least Super Saiyan 2. The quills on that one. Also, I liked how his quills turned mohawky with it, and instead of I felt like they should get really because that's how it was always animated. But I always felt like they should just get way spikier and spread out more, like he's super static electricity charged. But no, they suck together, and it's all right, here's my really dope ponytail. Or yeah, it's definitely when they originally entered it, they're like, what do kids like? Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, kids like Dragon Ball Z. Let's do this.
That is the first thing I thought when I saw that. I was like, Super Saiyan Sonic.
Did he go? Yeah, and then it was all
Yes.
Super
Yeah,
Sonic.
honestly, yeah. It was the only, and like it even had like, well, instead of like in Dragon Ball Z, like they have a little shockwave goes out and sometimes they blow a hole into the ground. Well, yeah, he had a whole like giant blue like or a green chaos energy stuff go all the way out and like went brrr, looked like mushroom cloud shit like that. And you're like, shit, Goku would be jealous.
Yeah.
All right, he's been working on that for years. I did also enjoy the little like original Eggman design, I guess Easter egg / cameo thing. His creepy weird assistant from the first one, Stone, is like sitting in their home base and he's
doing a like makeover.
He's redesigning his villain suit and he's like going through options, one of which is a French maid, because he's a little creepy like that. Then there's the actual like the original animated Eggman looking thing, and then he settles on like some weird things with spikes, and then Jim Carrey shows up with his own thing that he's already redone because he can control matter now because of the
Chaos
Master Emerald.
Yeah. Yes.
It was dope though. Giant robot fight. They did my favorite thing in a giant robot fight where there's jets on the back of the arms so they can punch harder.
At least they did that.
Love it every time. I don't know what. That's the only reason I went and saw Pacific Rim because I saw that scene. I'm like, oh yeah, worth it for that scene at least. It's worth. That's worth $7. I can see this movie
Worth
for
$7.
That's worth it just to watch that. All right, he smacks him with an oil tanker and he does that. Maybe they do it again. I'll pay $7 to see if they do it again. All right. But yeah, no. So they did that. Sonic fucked him up. It was good times. They did a lot of really good homages to the video game too. Yeah. I liked when Sonic's underwater, and he actually he breathes in the air bubble like you would in the game.
Sucked up the little air bubble.
Yeah, loved that. Knuckles obviously climbing walls I was a little disappointed because like he's supposed to be faster at climbing walls than that. I played the game, but he was climbing walls. He didn't glide though. He didn't glide at any point in time, and that
he hasn't got that power yet.
He had that originally. He had that from Sonic and Knuckles. Still one of the coolest, weirdest games in the world. Just show the other game right inside of it, and then show that whole thing into your Sega. And now you can play as Knuckles in any Sonic game you want. You're like, okay, I'm in. It's a lot easier to be in the game as Knuckles. Everybody knows that.
It truly is.
Everybody knows that.
Sure.
It is.
It is.
I didn't really play 3. Sorry.
3 was great because
Played
you
a
could
lot
actually.
of 1 and a lot of 2.
3 was like technically cooperative. You could call Tails in to drag you up places.
But
You did it right.
can you do that in 2?
I don't think you can
Tails
do that
was
in 2.
president in 2.
Tails was president in 2, but you only got to use that at certain point in times. In 3, Tails was around a lot more.
Unless
Basically,
you were
could jump into
playing
his arms and
co-op,
tell him.
because me and my sister used to
I guess
that shit all the time.
I don't think I ever played Sonic 2 co-op. That makes me a little sad.
Sorry.
I had no friends. Don't make fun of me.
They're
I had a Sega Genesis. I obviously had no friends.
Thinking about Sonic co-op, it just reminds me of the way too edgy Shadow the Hedgehog game. You know, where you're playing a Shadow, but you can just pick up guns and start shooting
Wasn't
people.
that a PS2 game?
The
That was a
3D
PS2
one?
game.
Okay.
Yeah.
3D.
So there was a co-op system in that game that most people don't know about because they didn't advertise it by any means at all. You could plug in a second controller, and then whoever your ally was for that area, you would be playing as. It was awful if you were plugging something in and trying to play as Sonic, though, because if you walked off screen, you would lose control of the character. And Sonic is literally the fastest thing in the game. So if you and Shadow try to start moving away, Sonic's going to disappear immediately, and your buddy's been kicked out of the game.
Oh no.
That's frustrating.
Sad.
That was a dumb game, though.
Yeah, oh, it's an awful game.
How fast does Sonic poop?
Pretty fast.
Really fast.
He doesn't, actually. He absorbs all the nutrients in order to be able to move faster. That's why he eats chili dogs.
That's the only thing that's nutritious for him?
Yeah, that's the only reason. Yeah.
But
I
then-
don't know. I'm pretty sure I just made that up.
100% just made that shit up.
I don't think they've ever canonically explained the
How
amount
Sonic poops?
times and how fast Sonic poops. I I know everybody poops. There's a book about that, but I don't think there's a book about Sonic's poops.
Sonic has to like poop like every like 10 seconds because he moves so fucking fast.
I mean, there's technically thoughts about that with like the Flash too, because his metabolism's so high, he has to eat so much all the time. Like he literally zips out of conversations, eats a mountain of food, and then sits back into that conversation between words. That's how fast he is.
Yeah.
Sonic's not quite that fast, but that's a lot of chili dogs to fuel that fire.
Yeah. Very a lot.
Some gas, for
gas.
sure.
I should have used real farts.
Definitely should have used real farts.
It's a Wachowski family special.
Yeah, there were some good lines in it. There's some good solid stuff.
I like James Marsden.
He's great in most things.
Yeah.
I almost forgot his name for a second. I was like, that guy.
Clearly, you're a fan.
He's a little rough in Superman Returns
And X-Men.
as Superman's cuckold.
And Cyclops.
He was good at Cyclops, except for in the third one when he got brutally murdered because he had to go do Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would argue... So he wasn't in them enough to be good in any of them.
It's just, I'm keeping it from falling away.
Uh-huh.
Those movies were called X-Men, but they were really just Wolverine.
The prelude to Wolverine.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about the other X-Men. Fuck that. People care about Gambit, and they still haven't done a Gambit movie.
That'd be actually a cool movie.
Channing Tatum's been trying to do it for years. Like,
Yeah.
he really, really wants to be Gambit. We've really gone off on a tangent here. What's the next thing? Let's bring it back around.
So I know that Tom and Peter aren't quite caught up, but you wanted to mention a couple things from the newest Halo episode.
All right, this will be the no spoiler one because I actually just want you guys to enjoy this one.
No, fuck it. Spoil it. Because,
no.
Peter wanted to spoil freaking Sonic and shit, so fuck it.
Right? Just spoiling that left and right.
I regret nothing.
No, I just want to say I think it feels like, well, it really feels like the next episode of Halo is where it's going to hit its stride. This is the one where it finally felt like, okay, now we're getting to some shit. Things are happening. Cortana finally shows up. Again, no spoilers. You already know she's going to do it, but
They
Cortana
set up
actually
all
shows
of their main and preliminary stuff so that you have enough context where going in, now it's gonna be like, oh, okay, this is where shit gets real.
I think Master Chief's going to be in his armor a lot more from this episode on. They put his face out there early in it because he's going to be in combat for the next 5 episodes, so you're not going to get to see him. And Master Chief Pornstache needed to get his face out there a little bit.
So, I don't know how it happened in the games, but in the episode, the way that they make Cortana is they fucking puncture the Flash Cone's eye and scoop out her brain matter and put it in a chip and then fucking put that shit up in his brain, and I couldn't watch it. I was just like, nope.
Yeah,
I was like, you tell me when this part is done because I can and not.
They do have a needle straight to the pupil scene, and you're like, oh, that was uncomfortable. Though,
so
most of that.
do it in the games.
Well, they don't actually show that, but most of that is actually accurate to how AI are sort of created in the universe, in the Halo universe, in the books, according to it. Basically, they don't do a full Flash clone, though Flash cloning is still a thing that they did, and it is an illegal technology. And it does seem like in the show that Cortana is the first true smart AI that they've had. Though in the books and everything like that, Cortana was just better than all of them.
Yeah. She was the best one, but not the first.
She was the best. She was the culmination of human AI creation technology. She was the best one that they had ever made, but they'd had them for a long time before that. In the show, it seems like she's actually the first one.
Oh, but for a lot of it, the Spartans were trained by AIs.
Exactly. And because they have them running all of their ships, they have everything like that. Everything was run by AI. There aren't any AIs in any of the ships in the series.
And again, this is a non-spoilerly thing, but I really there's this one part where, because she just fucking pops up. So he walks up to his Spartan crew, and he's like, hey guys, I've been cleared for duty. You know, sorry about all that. And they're like, it's fine, Master Chief. You're our boy, dog. Like, they don't say that at all.
Honestly,
and then Cortana just pops up and she's like, hey guys, nice to meet you. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And he's like, AI off. Go away. Stop bothering me. Like, he doesn't understand how to. It's really
he doesn't understand that he has no control over how she actually works, and he's actually lucky that she doesn't have control over his entire nervous system and is moving around like a walking puppet.
But it was really...
Which she can actually do.
Well, in the show, like, that's what she was specifically designed to do, but Halsey...
Right now, Halsey has that cut off because
she likes John too much.
And also, there's other plans, and I don't want to tell you guys.
Yeah, that's a little spoilery. But, it's great because, like, instead of, like, in the game where you have to come up to, like, some sort of... You have to insert her chip somewhere and she comes up. No, he's got, like, some weird projector that comes out, like, basically out his retina kind of shit like that, and it just... She's just in the room.
And she's, like, full size, like, full human.
She's full human size and has... Well, she's not all blue. She's mostly blue.
Just transparent blue.
And then there's this other really funny part where he's trying to figure something out on this computer, and he's like starting, she's like, you know, if you would just let me help you, I can like find it a lot easier. And he's like, no. And she's like, just talk to me, John. Or no, what she call him, Chief?
Yeah, she won't use John. Yeah.
So finally he's like, okay, and they start talking, and she's like, oh, well, based on this, it's one of these, and he's like, do that again.
Yeah, no, she's like, you are basically like the worst Googler ever. This is really painful.
Just let me do it.
This is super smart AI. This is the most painful thing I've ever had to go through in my 3 hours of existence.
So they're typing. He's like, Google.
Damn it. Yeah, no, it's basically it's one of those.
How do I open this webpage?
It's pretty much like that. And she's like, just let me do it.
Yeah, it's like you're sitting there on the computer with your grandma and you're trying to walk her through. All right, log into Facebook. Facebook, right? That's on the internet. And you're like, shit.
Click that button. No, the other one, the one that says log in.
She's not even using Windows 10. She's using like Windows 3.
Double click. Double click. Click.
Windows 95.
Double click.
And all of a sudden it's just like blue screen.
Yeah, no, it's big. It was
E icon.
It was pretty funny.
Everything's blown up.
Then another spoilery or not non-spoilery scene that I thought was just amazing, and I'm really glad they put it in there because it's not something that you've ever even seen in, like, I don't even think it was in any of the books. So you know the hunters, right?
Yeah.
The big giant one.
Megagleco is well, they have the Legecko worms that actually like come together in the colony to make them. They the Covenant use that. They cloak them and then use that to infiltrate a UNSC frigate and murder everybody inside individually because the worms just go around and like fucking fall from the ceiling and choke them and shit like that. And then they also eat technology, so they're going in to try and help basically hack the computers. And they still have the I think what the Cole protocol I think is what they call it. They didn't say Cole protocol, but it's what it is, where it deletes everything, all information on it as soon as anything not human is detected on board. It deletes all the coordinates to Earth, and you can't find anything on it. Nice. So the Covenant become really frustrated because of that, and it's great. But yeah, no, the Glecko worms coming through and just fucking people up, like not even as a hunter with a giant ray beam on their arm. You're like, okay, that was pretty cool. It would have been scary as fuck to fight in the game, but I'm like, but I guess they already had the flood, so they got that going for them. But these giant 4-foot-long worms are just murdering everybody, and it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty great.
Sounds interesting.
I think that you see the worms in one of the comics, but it's nothing to that degree. You'd like see them assemble into a hunter.
Gross.
Yeah, like you see some of the worms, like they talk about them individually in like a bunch of the books, just because like the whole point of they joined the Covenant, and part of that was the Covenant wanted them to basically eat through the ship on High Charity to try and learn what the systems are and to figure out like where more relics are that they could go claim. And that's like, but you never see them as any. They never fight in any way in any of the major publications, like than just as a hunter. Just as the worm, just fucking somebody up. I'm like, all right, that was an ingenious way to use that alien species, and I'm here for it. That's what I'm saying. I think the next episode is where shit's gonna start hitting the fan, and it might be real good.
I'll have to watch it tonight. just to catch up.
So yeah, I think episode 4 is where you're gonna really hit its stride. Hopefully.
Yeah, and we'll leave it at there until you guys are caught up. You boys, not Tom, the other boys, played Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and have been dying to talk about it.
Yeah.
Is it funny?
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's great.
Pretty great.
It's done really well.
Are you playing in mumble mode, or do you actually have the voice?
I'm playing in regular. I'm gonna do a second playthrough, and I'm gonna play it in mumble mode just to see what happens, just to see how it's different. But I have been enjoying all the voice actor work is all the same voice actors from Clone Wars, the animated series.
For the prequel trilogy. For the original and the sequel, they're just grabbing the ones that they got from the Lego shows on Disney Plus.
Oh, exactly. But yeah, no. So, but I went timeline order. I started with episode 1. It was, and I love the voice acting just because, well, except the only one person they didn't get is Liam Neeson, who actually did voice Qui-Gon in the Clone Wars because he's only in like 1 episode. So they were able to get him for that. He's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. I fucking love being Qui-Gon Jinn.
They used the announcer guy at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, the guy's like, in deeper space. Yeah, they have it's that guy is Qui-Gon Jinn, and it actually really works for the character. It's kind of great. All the little shit that they say to each other is real funny. My favorite thing, I don't know why Qui-Gon Jinn keeps saying it. I'm not sure what exactly I'm doing to make it happen, but it does seem it's something based on what I'm doing there. And he always goes, maybe Anakin was right about the Jedi. And I'm like, what is he? Okay, what? But, or like when they get to Coruscant the first time, they're like, oh, and Obi-Wan does the whole, the entire planet is one city. And Anakin just goes, that means there's no sand. That sounds awesome. But
that is like one of his only personality traits so far is just
hate
sand.
Hate sand. That's the only thing they talk about in the whole thing, and it's real great.
I mean, I agree with him.
Sand
is the worst.
I did download. Some people had put online like there's like 20 codes for unlockable characters that you can put in. Every character technically has a code, and you could figure it out. Like originally, you just like put in random Star Wars words, and you would get characters. Some of these are like legit. I think they probably all do have a meaning, but some of them really just look like, oh, that's a 6-digit just code that we randomly generated. Here you go. Some of them still do. Like if you put it in shuttle, you get an Imperial shuttle. They have got what I can't remember. There's a bunch of them that you can get, but it's real dumb. But like, so I have a couple of evil characters, and as soon as you get them out, like the people in my party started attacking me. Like I pulled the Emperor out, and Obi-Wan Kenobi tried to stab me, and I'm like, what the fuck? You're on my team, bro. I mean, I know like we're not cool, but you're on my team, bro.
I know I told Zach about it, but Peter, do you know about the child NPC glitch?
It's not just NPCs. It's all children characters in the
where
game.
You can't kill children, right?
You can't.
Yeah, so a bunch of people figured it out and put it out there on Reddit that because it's a Lego game, children can't take damage. So people were going around collecting like children NPCs and like wrecking levels.
Yeah, no, you cannot kill the younglings.
Yeah.
No, there's another one that because there's a combo mode in this now too, and it basically like if you do the right combos, it'll throw you up in the air and then it'll move you over. So if you have young Anakin in your party, you can just basically do an insane lightsaber combo on him, and if you keep pressing the right buttons, you can move across unpassable gaps and shit like that. just wrecking house on a tiny Anakin, just like fuck you. Oh, Jake Lloyd, you were the worst actor ever. I'm sorry that you went insane.
He went insane?
Oh, he's legitimately clinically.
He has quite a few issues.
Medicated. He was institutionalized for a while. Like things went poorly for that kid, and I do feel bad for him on that because he got a lot of ire that he did not deserve because they actually cast a 9-year-old kid to play a 9-year-old kid, and guess what? That's hard. But I do hate this game too.
Why?
I absolutely love this game, but I hate this fucking game.
Okay.
It's the perfect game because it does exactly what I want it to do. It's got all the story, but then it has so many things you can go find.
Yeah.
So the first time I played this, I was like, I got it out. I think it was Saturday night, and I actually pulled it out, and about 6 o'clock started playing. Right. Stephanie went to bed. I'm still playing.
Unabomber.
Yeah.
I
was still
know
playing.
Peter
I looked down at the
see.
clock. I looked down at the clock at 2 a.m, and I'm like, okay, I'll finish this one thing, and I'll go to bed. So 4 a.m. I went to bed.
So basically, you hate it because you're enjoying it too much.
No. Guess how many levels I had actually completed at that point, which was about 10 hours of playing this game.
2.
I'm gonna say you hadn't even completed like 2 fully. I want to say you immediately bailed out at Naboo, like and started fucking off and doing other shit.
I got to Coruscant.
Okay.
So I completed 2 mission levels
Yeah.
in 10 hours.
He's been diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah, like I told you, he had problems. Jake Lloyd. But yeah, no, so...
Well, I wanted to know what the actual...
There you go.
He went insane.
But yeah, no, so I played for 10 hours
Well,
and completed
paranoid schizophrenia is a little more than just like...
2 of the 5 missions of the first episode.
Yeah.
So, but I did have Mos Espa. I did have Mos Espa on Tatooine. I did have it at 93% because I didn't have a scavenger character. It really
How
actually,
dare you.
and it's not even scavenger character. It's really just Rey in episode 7, because you have to get like her glider ability, and she has like this weird blaster thing, and then she's also got a net thing.
That's the only reason my Mos Espa was completed to 100% when I got there, is because I decided to make sure this is a solid game. I'm going to start with the parts that make me the angriest first.
I did go from, I beat episode 1, and then I went directly to episode 7 because I'm like, I want this fucking character so I can go back to Mos Espa and finish this thing off because it's now just annoying me.
Yeah.
Though I didn't, I actually really enjoyed. Episode 7 was better in Legos.
Well, 7 was never awful. Force Awakens is a solid movie.
But yeah,
It was 8 and 9 where things went horribly
but
awry.
I think
They actually fixed the problems of The Last Jedi.
which one?
Last Jedi. In like one very quick thing, they fixed the biggest issue with The Last Jedi, which is how Luke is characterized.
Oh, in the Lego game?
Yeah.
Would
Oh,
you
there
like
you
to
go.
share with the class?
No, I'll play it. Yeah, we're good. Go, tell me. What do they
So
do?
it is such a minor thing, but to me, the worst part about the reason I get so mad at The Last Jedi is that they actually have Luke pull a lightsaber on a sleeping Ben Solo. Like, that's
true.
ridiculous. That's something he would never do. It's a very minor change. Instead, now it is just Luke sees a picture of him and Snoke Ben and Snoke hanging out, realizes that Ben's evil, and then Ben attacks him first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been shot first.
Exactly. A small change like that, and instantly, wow, that's no longer a ruined Luke Skywalker.
Just like his dad, been shot first. Hey, that would be a great homage back to the original series, too. That would have made sense. Ben shoots
Yeah.
first, guys.
Clap back.
Shoot first.
For
Let
sure.
Lucas remaster it, and that's the one change I'll accept.
He kept trying to change it in the original, and nobody wanted that. Change it this time. All right, this one you can change, George. This one you can change.
Ben shoots first.
Also, give me the
But it
4-hour cut of Revenge of the Sith.
It'd just be a much longer duel on Mustafar, or
There's a lot of that apparently. Yes, that recently some behind the scenes footage just came out, and it's would have made it way darker and more fucked up, and would have been honestly fantastic. And because Hayden Christensen apparently shines when he's insanely evil. I don't know. I saw some behind the scenes footage of it, and I'm like, this is the best acting he did, and they cut this. What the fuck? This is amazing. I
He's
believe
not
him.
whiny enough.
I believe him as a psychopathic killer that is turning to evil. That makes sense
So
now.
all of a sudden he just comes around and he's just like, I will fucking kill you! And you're just like, whoa, okay, bro. We're just acting, dude. And he's like, no, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I don't think he went full method. No, like
I'm gonna murder you in your sleep.
no, one of the main scenes they extend the part where he chokes Padme.
Yeah.
And instead he chokes her, picks her up off the ground, and throws her and his unborn child into a wall.
Wow.
How'd she not lose the babies?
Again, now that would also make the ending make a lot more sense. Oh, she lost the will to live. No, she lost all of her bones and blood inside of her. You were lucky to save
internally.
the baby.
Yeah.
There were supposed to be triplets. We lost one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit!
The third one was going to be named Ray Palpatine.
All right, well, since we're on the dark train, I guess...
Point being, though, perfect Star Wars game. 8 out of 8, whatever.
Oh, it's all 8 cats.
8 cats.
9 cats.
No, it's not cats.
No, this is sad, actually.
The segue would have been great, but then y'all just...
Well, we didn't even give a rating for the game. You're just like, all right, we're done talking about this shit now. Time to talk about something else.
I apologize. 8 cats.
Which sounds like it's gonna be depressing. So.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried has died at the age of 67.
0 cats.
0 cats.
0 cats.
I give that 0 cats.
His family, the release they put out says, we are heartbroken to announce the passing of your beloved Gilbert Gottfried after a long illness. In addition to being the most iconic voice in comedy, Gilbert was a wonderful husband, brother, and father to his 2 young children. Although today is a sad day for all of us, please keep laughing as loud as possible in Gilbert's honor. Love, the Gottfried family.
That's nice.
I didn't know he had 2 young children.
Yeah, I think they're...
His daughter is 14 and his son is 12.
Yeah, he got married really late in life, too, if I remember correctly. So that sort of makes sense. But yeah, I knew that he was sick, but I didn't realize he was that sick.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was sick.
But it almost makes you want to buy Aflac insurance.
No, it doesn't.
Makes me want to watch Aladdin again.
Yes, it does.
That I would watch. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been too long since I've watched Aladdin. Well, I'm gonna do that for Gilbert.
I remember the very, very first time I ever went to Disney. I was like 7 years old, and the parade in Hollywood Studios at the end, it had Jafar pushing like this canister thing, and you just heard like Iago, when it was like Gilbert Gottfried, like just saying all this ridiculous stuff. And I don't know, that's what I thought of when I saw the announcement.
I just always made the joke. How do you think that Gilbert Gottfried sounds when he's having sex?
Like a normal person, because that's the voice he put on.
You think that's it?
No, that really was a voice he put on.
No, yeah, I know that. But like, could you imagine like that's his voice?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't do a good Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah.
You like that, baby?
There is just, if you want to laugh for Gilbert Gottfried, there is a great. He's read a lot of things aloud.
Yeah, in that voice.
And a lot of people have asked him to read terrible, terrible things aloud. I can't remember the name of the video, but there's definitely one where he just reads a porn script out loud, including all of the noises. Nice. And then I believe he also read 50 Shades of Grey out loud as well. That was like his thing on Cameo, was that you could pay him and he would read anything you sent him out loud in his voice. Like spec scripts, anything. Like he would do all the parts, but in the same voice, only sometimes slightly differently. So yeah, people send him like their fanfics to read out loud, and it's just like, this is
fantastic.
Thank you for that, sir. You are a gift and a treasure, and you will be missed. So watch Gilbert Gottfried narrate something ridiculous. All right, do that for me today.
Do it for Gilbert. And then trailer drops this week. We got the season 3 teaser for Star Trek Lower Decks, and then I believe there was also the season 4 teaser for Stranger Things season 4.
I'm excited about Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Peter introduced that to us on this podcast.
Forcibly.
And he basically made us watch it. It made us buy Paramount Plus. So good for you, Paramount.
We may or may not let Tom use it.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't share anything.
All the
I
original
pay for everything.
All the original Star Trek movies just came to Paramount Plus now too, so you can watch Star Trek and Star Trek Wrath of Khan. Just so you know. But anyway, super excited for Lower Decks. It seems like it's gonna go even more off the rails, but I still love its loving detail or attention to detail in the Star Trek universe. I think it's the most canonically accurate and aesthetically accurate to like the original series and Next Generation, more so than any other show they've ever put out. It really feels more like Star Trek and utterly ridiculous at the same time.
As it should be.
I think it's perfect. They've done a great job.
It's not a bad show.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, I started watching it. It's not a bad show.
I love to point it out, and I know I've told you this before. It's a great show, really funny. I just love that it's actually canon.
Oh no, it's real Star Trek.
Like it's not some AU parody shit. This stuff happened in the Star Trek universe.
This is what happens
Excellent.
when Riker and fucking Picard are having fun up on the bridge. This is the shit that's actually happening.
Well,
I'm just saying. I don't know.
that brings us to the speed run. Run.
Hold on. Again.
The speed run. As usual, Peter, Tom, Zach. If you're new to this segment or show, this is the part where I name off some
Random stuff.
random headlines that I came across, and the guys give me their reaction, which sometimes is not even related to the thing that I just said.
Oftentimes, I would say.
Oftentimes.
Most of the time.
All right. New Tomb Raider game developed on Unreal Engine 5 announced.
I hope it's part of the Survivor timeline.
Those boob mechanics, though.
I was going to say I hope the opposite, Peter, that it's not part of the Survivor timeline. I want to go back to the original that I learned and enjoyed.
We'll have to forever agree to disagree on that.
Not just for the reason that Tom stated over there.
Halo television series content headed to Halo Infinite.
So, cool. Let's get more armors, I guess.
Those boob mechanics, though.
You haven't seen Cortana, but honestly, like, what is it? I'm just not sure what that means. Like, am I going to be able to watch the Halo television series through Halo Infinite, or am I going to get
Spartan buddies to go, hey, look, Covenant ship.
am I going to get that guy's armor? What kind of content is it? Because there's some new ships.
Guns.
I'm saying, that is a thing you can get.
Days Gone director joins Tomb Raider studio.
Cool.
He's in it for the boob mechanics.
Oh my god.
Is that going to be everyone? Really? I don't know what Days Gone is. I felt like I was going to be the worst one on that one, and I don't think I was.
Epic Games receives another lawsuit over Fortnite dance.
Epic Games sucks.
Probably those boob mechanics, man.
Okay, which dance? Can you demonstrate the dance for us?
I cannot.
Yeah, what's the name of this dance?
It's complicated.
That's what
Is the name of the dance?
It's complicated.
It's complicated. So is that what they got sued over? Was for the name of the dance or for the actual dance? Who copyrighted this fucking dance?
Kyle Hanagami.
I don't know who that is. I'm assuming some TikTok star.
He is a well-known choreographer who's choreographed for the likes of Justin Bieber, Charlie Puth.
Well, I hope he wins.
Justin Timberlake.
I hope he wins then, because again, Peter, right? Fuck Epic Games.
Yep.
They also took the forts out of Fortnite. There's apparently a new game mode where they took the forts out of Fortnite.
We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's fine. Jim Carrey is considering retiring from acting.
He's done it all.
I thought he was just retiring. I didn't think it was a consideration thing.
At least he's considering it.
What, you done with Jim Carrey?
He's kind of gone off the rails a little bit, man.
Well, he definitely has. I think that's why he's playing Dr. Eggman so good.
Yeah, I mean, he went from being a cool actor to all of a sudden just being just a weird dude.
That's the only thing that would make me sad about him retiring. I think he's done enough in his career. He's done a little bit of everything. I think he could gladly retire. But he's doing a really good job as Dr. Robotnik, and they're definitely going to make a third one. So
if you look up the video that this is from, like, he actually breaks the fourth wall on the interview, and he said, "You're not going to hear many people say this, but I am done. I am enough. I have enough. I'm good."
yeah, no, he's done amazing.
Anyway, moving on. Sam Raimi wants to team up with Tobey Maguire for Spider-Man 4.
My back.
I'd rather Amazing Spider-Man 3.
My back. Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, that was good. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'm with you, Peter. I'd actually rather see Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Larry David confirms Curb Your Enthusiasm will be back for season 12.
Cool story, bruh.
Okay.
Oh, I thought more.
One
or more of you were into that show.
I honestly didn't realize it was still on the air. It was great.
It's fine. We're just gonna move right on.
I watched some of it and then I
fine.
moved on.
Like, it was good, but I didn't realize it had been on for 11 seasons.
Yeah,
I was
neither
getting
did
another
I.
12.
I just saw random things where I was like,
Well, that's fine. Let's just talk about some extra bits. Okay.
Let's give it over.
Oh, that's how we end that.
Yep, we're just gonna cruise right on through. Okay, so I learned an interesting thing that I didn't know. You probably know this because you're into space.
Space. The final frontier.
No, like NASA space, not
okay.
like.
Gotcha, yeah.
Space.
So, Judith Love Cohen, who helped create the abort guidance system which rescued the Apollo 13 astronauts, went to work the same day she was in labor. She took a printout of the problem she was working on to the hospital. She called her boss to tell him she had worked out the problem and then gave birth to Jack Black.
I actually didn't know that. Okay.
So I just wanted to share that with everybody.
He's a moon child.
He's a moon.
That his mom's a fucking badass.
He's pretty cool, too.
I mean, if she was in the middle of a computation, like, yeah, she probably was like, I gotta get this done. It's my job.
You stick around,
Yeah.
motherfucker. I'm almost done.
Just
gotta
hold
check the
on.
math again.
It's gotta work.
I swear to God, if I don't get this done because I'm pregnant and having a baby, they are never going to let me live it down. They barely let me work there already because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
If this happens, I swear to God, they're going to fire me, and they can do it because it's 1960-something.
There you go.
Oh,
I guess 1970-something.
yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't that have been the 70s?
70.
Because it was
70.
Apollo 13?
73? 75? I always forget. But anyway.
You're my go-to for space shit,
Yeah,
bro.
I forgot.
Spaceship or space shit?
Both.
Yes.
Spaceship shits.
Anyway, moving on. For your weekly dose of Disney adjacent.
It's
So
next door.
Universal is being smacked with a $250
$250.
$250 million lawsuit over new Epic Universal plans. So in case you were unaware, Universal has plans to expand and open new land, which is supposed to include Super Mario World, Classic Monsters, a DreamWorks land,
And add on to the Harry Potter
and
world.
add on to Harry Potter. Yes.
It's basically they're adding a couple new islands to the Islands of Adventure.
No, this is going to be a whole new thing called New Epic Universe.
Okay, I thought it was they were adding more stuff to it. I was confused.
No, it's going to be like a whole new park that's
adjacent.
yeah. So anyway, the point of my story. So the lawsuit was filed on Friday by Fourth Watch Acquisition, which is a Georgia real estate entertainment development company. And they're suing for alleged damages because they say that they were under contract to buy 135 acres for $125 million from Universal City Property Management, which is the company that oversees that. The agreement was made in September of 2017, and they were set for closing in early May of 2018, but nothing ever happened. And so they're saying that by acquiring the land, Universal could link large swaths of previous unconnected land it owned into a contiguous tract suitable for large-scale entertainment property development, and that pushes out other competition. But
it's not necessarily a competition. It's that they were already under contract for that land, and then Universal pulled out of the sale in order to then develop their own thing on that land.
But it kind of sounds like it's going to take place in, so like right now, Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios are like connected by like the Harry Potter train. But there's like a whole bunch of undeveloped land, like kind of like if you got the park here and the park here, like in this area, there's a whole other thing. So it kind of just sounds like they didn't see the point in selling it to an outside company when they can do stuff with it itself and make more money. So it sounds like they just want to develop that land to connect all the things now.
I mean, they'll probably just pay it and go on. For what they're investing into that park, $250 million is not really going to even be that big a deal. They'll probably fight it in court, and they won't have to pay all that, but they'll probably have to end up paying some.
Yeah,
they'll
but
just
they're
pay it.
Contractually obligated, or contracts were signed, they backed out of the deal. That's a little bit different.
Like I said, they'll probably have to pay something, but it probably won't have to be that. It probably won't be that full amount.
Maybe like the cost of land or something. They won't have to pay the full amount though.
Yeah.
And then the last bit I had was something that I thought was really, really interesting. So, do y'all remember Cole Sprouse?
Yeah, he was Frankenstein in Big Daddy.
Yeah. Him and his twin, Dylan, they played the little boy in Big Daddy. They also, the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, that's what they're famous for. I was just trying to go back as far back as I could. Oh, Ben on Ross's kid on Friends. They were also him.
They were also.
But there was just he did a really interesting interview with Entertainment Weekly, and he basically is the title of the article is Cole Sprouse is violently defensive against the narrative of female child stars going nuts, and it's a really interesting read. And the part that I kind of snippet out that I really wanted to share that I thought was really interesting is he says, when we talk about child stars going nuts, what we're not actually talking about is how fame is trauma. So I'm violently defensive against people who mock some of the young women who were on the channel when I was younger because I don't feel like it adequately comprehends the humanity of that experience and what it takes to recover. You know, talking about how, you know, he's on the Zach Life of Sweet...
Zach Life of Sweet and Cody.
the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and, I mean, they were, like, they're, like, super early teens in that?
Yeah.
And already their female co-stars were being highly sexualized. And, I mean, that just kind of goes across the board on a lot of stuff. The little girl who played... And I feel bad I cannot remember the actress's name right now, but she played Matilda in the Matilda movie. She got out of acting because people were, like, hypersexualizing her. And she's like, that's not why I'm acting.
Well, fame is weird because, yes, the child stars are all messed up. Strictly because all the male stars are getting molested by their older counterparts. And then the females are being highly sexualized. So there's a lot of nasty stuff in Hollywood. This isn't worth it.
Peter doesn't have a bit this week, so Thomas, you're up.
Peter doesn't have any bits.
I'm sorry.
Oh no,
You said you didn't have a bit.
My only bit was a learning experience. So did you know that on Mount Everest that they just leave bodies up at the very top when you die?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's
it's like dangerous to bring you down.
Yeah, well, you can actually spend like thousands of dollars, like tens of thousands of dollars, just to get your body recovered. Yeah. Like your family would have to pay like $60,000 just to do it.
Yeah, so the most of the time they leave them there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what one of the other crazy ones is? They'll actually they use them as landmarks.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's now my next one.
Yeah.
Those same bodies will be used as landmarks, and they'll actually like say, "Oh yeah, it's over there." But what was funny is like some of the landmarks will actually move through the seasons. because the bodies will like melt with some of the permafrost and they'll slide down. So some people can't use them as actual landmarks anymore because they move, over time. So like some people have gotten lost. And then there was also a time where there was a guy, he was left on the mountain for like 20 something hours and somebody found him.
He's alive?
He was alive. He survived all the way down. They saved him.
Does he still have all his appendages?
No, he had like parts of his fingers and stuff all gone, and like part of his nose done, and I mean he had a lot of frostbite, but he survived. But he was insane. He already had he was already hypoxic and stuff, so he thought he was on the precipice of jumping off an edge of a cliff, and he thought he was on a beach about to jump into some water, and people were like, bro, it's okay, come on, come out of the water, just come on out, man, trying to talk him down.
Get a drink.
Yeah, bro, don't do it, and they all thought that he was gonna jump and just die, but then they were and one guy that he ended up saving his life because he was I've already been up the mountain once. So luckily he's already taken the trip, so he stayed and let the other hikers go up there, but he stayed with the guy and then called for help until a couple of Sherpas came up and actually helped him out. But he was sharing oxygen with him and trying to keep him alive the whole time, and it's a crazy story. But yeah, I was looking up all this Everest stuff as the week has been progressing. When I find
Were you gonna climb Everest?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
It's basically a tourist attraction at this
Yeah,
point.
but you have to spend $10,000 just to even be able to get over there.
It's like going to the Louvre, but it's more expensive and you could die.
Yeah, you could die, just die.
But basically, as long as you pay enough money, you can climb Everest, and they don't even really make you try.
Pass the
Basically,
test.
I feel like this episode has been very dark.
a Sherpa will basically piggyback your ass up there for enough money, and you can say that you climbed Everest and get the picture and geotag yourself so that everyone believes that you didn't just green screen it.
Yep. No, Everest is crazy. And then watching all the videos, there's a lot of crazy stuff because you see bodies littered everywhere.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
300 plus bodies, thousands of people go up there every year. It's crazy.
No thanks, I'm good.
Yeah. That's my bit. Just a learning experience.
Yeah. You also had this other video, internet speed be like.
Oh no, that was just a silly thing, but it's basically Minecraft, and somebody was making fun of how internet speed works as you
It's cute.
work it.
It's worth it. It's 45 seconds. Just watch it. It's fun.
Zachary?
My bit is just showing how dumb people are, and also just the world is weird.
Yeah.
There's Wharton, Texas, is a city roughly 60 miles southwest of Houston. Police in Wharton are looking for a prankster. They are at active lookout, seeking notes and seeking tips for someone put up. Let me get the actual intersection. Farm to Market Road 1301 and North Richmond Road, which is a pretty busy intersection. Somebody apparently put a sign out there that said Chick-fil-A coming soon, and everybody's pissed because there's not a Chick-fil-A coming soon there. So they want to catch the culprit. I believe they're going to charge him with probably criminal mischief, maybe trespassing because he did it technically on private land. So they're going to sue. They're going to charge this guy because he put a Chick-fil-A coming soon sign on a busy intersection, and everybody just got pissed off that a Chick-fil-A was not actually coming soon.
I truly want to know who did it, but I know no one will never know.
I want to shake that guy's hand. I want to know who it is and not turn him in and be like, or her, whoever it is. Yeah. I want to shake their hand because I'm like, that was amazing. That's fantastic. I hope you get away with it forever.
It wasn't just one person. It was probably 2 or 3 people. They went out there and they just hammered it down real quick and were like, oh, let's go.
I'm just saying, I want to know who that is.
They're gonna put
I want to be their friend.
One of those traffic camera that you see late at to detect if someone runs a red light. They're gonna put one of those there.
Yeah, just to try and see if someone tries it again.
I'm just saying, I'm here for it.
Chick-fil-A would be funny enough to be like, we should probably put a store there.
Let's see if we can buy one there. Oh, nobody would believe it. They put the sign over there and be like, they're fucking pranking us again.
The cops come out. Whose sign is this? It says call this number on the sign, and they're like, "Is this your sign?" You're like, "Yeah, this is Chick-fil-A. We bought the property. We're just waiting for this." Wait.
No.
What,
Say
Chick-fil-A?
No, say it again.
Chick-fil-A?
Say it again.
Chick-fil-A.
He is in fact saying chicken fillet, not Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A.
I think he's just saying chicken flay. I'm pretty sure it's chicken flay.
I don't care. Whatever you want to say it.
Chick-fil-A.
Chicken-fil-A.
Truett Cathy is turning over in his grave right now.
Move on.
Chicken-fil-A.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Y'all be too much.
Truett Cathy is spinning in his grave. Thanks a lot.
All right, kids.
It's like Whataburger. What a burger?
Yeah, it's Whataburger.
I call it Whataburger.
Everybody calls it Whataburger.
But a lot of people call it Whataburger because for like many years, like it would just turn into mush.
Yeah.
And now it's not too bad. Like the Whataburger I used to know isn't the same like it is now. Like it used to be Whataburger. Like,
Yeah, it was definitely Whataburger. Yeah. I legitimately thought, because I never had been to one before, like I was 8, I came down to Texas and had a Whataburger with my dad because he loves Whataburger.
Whataburger.
And I'm like, let's go to Whataburger. And my dad goes, okay, let's go to Whataburger. And we show up and I'm like,
this is Whataburger.
that's not spelled Whataburger.
Yeah. That's Whataburger.
That's
bro.
what a burger. like as in what a burger.
Yeah.
Like they do with their commercials. And I'm like, apparently I've been wrong. Whataburger sounds better.
It's always been Whataburger.
Whataburger.
It's always been Whataburger for many years for me.
I did enjoy. There's actually a podcast. You ever seen the Two Bears One Cave or listen to the Two Bears One Cave podcast? I guess you can see that too. It's on YouTube too.
Yeah.
But it's Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. And Tom moved to Austin, so he goes to Whataburger now. And Bert insists that he's from Florida. They have him there too, and he goes, Whataburger?
Whataburger?
No. He goes, what are you saying? What a burger? No, it's Whataburger. He goes, no, like look at the sign. Like, it's what a burger. And Bert's like, no, it's Whataburger.
It's Whataburger.
I swear to God, it's Whataburger.
All right. Well,
Chicken fillet.
with the water chickens, I don't even know.
Water chicken. That's a duck, isn't it?
It is now. We're gonna take
Water chicken.
we're gonna take a week off.
Chicken burger.
Chicken burger. Zach and I
What a fillet.
have screening passes to go see the unbearable weight of massive talent with Nick Cage. So there will not be a new 8-Bit Cats next week, but we'll be back with a synopsis of the movie and let you know whether or not it's worth the go-see. And in the meantime, like and subscribe on YouTube or whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on. You can also check us out, patreon.com/8bitcats. We're on Facebook and Instagram. And until we see you again, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
I wonder what Gilbert Gottfried would sound like as Sonic.
I gotta go fast.
Hey, buddy. You know, you can support us on patreon.com/8bitcats or like and listen to us on the podcast platform of your choice. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.